Yo, what's up, guys? Terrell here on Terrell Game Vlogs. Another first impressions. This is a Blood Lab because this came out yesterday on Viz Anime of all things. That was my first time watching any stream on Viz Anime, which um is not bad, but them damn ads, bruh. Them ads, but it's not bad. As I said, it's not bad. Um, Now I'm gonna warn you right now. I do not remember the girl's name. I think it's like Yagami. Yagami, I think is what it is. Yagami, I think is how you pronounce it. Let's just get into Bloodlight. Now, I know Jay did not like this series. He actually read the manga though. I'm just watching anime, and I feel kind of bad that this sucked too, considering Viz is getting back into the anime licensing game, and this is one of the first series I think in a while that they've actually grabbed before the thing finished releasing. So, or even started releasing actually. So I'm hoping this isn't as bad as he says it is, but it's obviously a parody gag manga. Because the premise is essentially Stas is a vampire who wants to be his own person. Like, he doesn't want to do the stereotypical shit like go into the human world and attack women, which apparently are like American stereotypical women and the ones with giant breasts and like blonde hair and shit. Um, he likes manga and Japanese culture. He's pretty much an otaku. That's the gag. He's an otaku. There's a few manga references, particularly the most obvious one being the Dragon Ball one, where he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna." Oh, that's getting ahead of myself. So the whole point is that apparently in the demon realm, it's like a normal city, except with demons in it. And each part of the city is a territory, and Stas is the owner of his territory. And they just so happen to find a human girl in the demon world, and they're like, "Oh, look, human girl. Stas wants to meet her." And then like Stas kind of gets a thing for her. Like from what I understand, he starts crushing on the girl. But due to issues, she dies. So the premise of the show is to essentially just revive her, because he seems to have a thing for her when she's alive, but when she's dead, he doesn't have the thing. I'm not totally sure, because I will say that's like the weirdest part about it. Like when you see his first interaction with her, he's kind of like into her, but it's like that weird type of into her, like. Because he says in like a later scene that why did he lie to her like that? Meaning, I think he wanted to suck her blood. I think that was the point. But he didn't know how to. But he wasn't used to having that urge. I think that was the first time he had the urge to suck blood. So he kind of bullshitted it into a confession. But at the same time, I think he does have a crush on her because he wants to bring her back to life for a reason. And it'd be kind of stupid for him to just bring her back to life to kill her again, so I don't really think that's the whole point. The parodies are funny. Stas' attitude is kind of weird, though, because he's not a main character you can inherently like. Like, he doesn't really give a shit about his subordinates at all. He only really cares about human culture, Japanese otaku culture, and, fuck, he's so willing to give up his title, as a boss. It's one of those shows that, like, at least for the first episode, it isn't inherently bad, but it is a little questionable in certain aspects. But I am curious to see where it's going. I'm not totally sure where it's going, especially because they've shown a few characters, and the ending really confused me because the ending shows Yagami and like this other chick who was hinted in the first episode. But the way those two were placed in the ending confuses me. Like, I'm not totally, like, part of me wanted me to say that those are the same person, but there's like maybe it's a personality issue. Then as I progressed into maybe she's a secondary love interest. I'm not even sure. But I am curious enough to keep watching. It wasn't bad by any means, just weird and different. But I guess, if anything, you prefer your anime to be weird and different. Kind of like Dog X Scissor, it has that kind of fast comedy, so not all of it ever hits off the bat because it goes so fucking fast. Granted, the Dragon Ball joke was funny because she noticed that he was looking up in like the dictionary ways to revive her, looking up in manga volumes ways to revive her, And she's like, she better stop this before he says something stupid like bringing me back with 7 mystical balls. And then right after the fact, he goes right into the Dragon Ball joke, and you're just like, no. And he's like, no. And she's like, no, no, we're not doing that. It's not possible. Get the fuck out. I think this probably will be an ecchi. I'm not sure. The only reason why I say this is because the first episode hints at it being an ecchi. Maybe it's not an inherent ecchi, but it feels like it probably will be an ecchi. But in terms of first impressions, it's interesting enough. Actually, that's probably about it. So I'm probably gonna go watch Watamoto. I probably mispronounced that. Anyways, this has been the Lost Again for your boy Terrell. I'll leave the link to Viz Anime. You don't have to have it's not an account. Surprisingly, Viz Anime doesn't do simulcast and charge you for it. It's just simply, watch it. And I was surprised. I'm like, wow. Well, then again, Viz does the simulcast a lot, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So this has been the Lost Again for your boy Terrell. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace! In retrospect, I used to end these where I would click it off, and then, I'm just